Hey guys, and welcome to another TechSite Builder tutorial. This one is going to be a quick tutorial to show you how to set up a modified blog page on your website so that you can change the way your blog looks and you can have more control over the way your main blog page behaves and functions. So just really quick, as you all know, the blog page on TechSite Builder as it stands now is it's pretty limited. It shows a sidebar on the right hand side and it shows your posts in a list down the left hand side here, and there's not much you can do to change that. However, with the page builder, we can set up our own customized blog page. So let's talk about how that works. So let's head back to the dashboard and we'll go ahead and create a new page under Pages. I'm going to call this one New Blog for now, so I can see I could identify it. I can identify it in the list of pages. Then I want to choose a template, choose the full width template, so that we can have the entire page to play with. And then I'm going to go ahead and launch the page builder. Right, inside the page builder, I am not going to choose any of the layout templates. Instead, I'm going to do my own layout. And I'm going to head straight to the advanced modules and scroll down to the posts module. And I'll drag that onto the my canvas area here. Now the posts module will display a list of your blog posts in a certain way. So you have a few layout choices here. You'll see there's masonry, columns, gallery, and list. Really quick, masonry shows you your posts in boxes that are all different heights. So it gives it kind of like a scattered look to your blog posts. Columns will list all of your blog posts in even columns, and the gallery view will only show the image of your blog post. It won't show like the content, the title, or anything like that. And then the list is the standard blog list, like it had shown previously, but you have more control over it. So my personal preference is the columns look. I'm the type of person who likes very orderly and even looking setup for the blog post. It's kind of the same way your services page is set up with those boxes on your services page. So I'll go ahead and choose columns for the layout. And then you can see over here if the way it's looking now is the blog posts are showing up in their own boxes. You can see an image, a title, the author, some content. You'll notice some of the blog posts don't have an image, and that image is actually the featured image of the blog post. So you need to make sure that you add a featured image to your blog post. So for example, this one, should you buy a consumer or business PC, that does not have a featured image assigned to it. So before I move on, let me go ahead and remind you how to add a featured image, because that might be important. So let me save that for now. I'm going to click Done. And then I'm going to say I want to save my changes and exit, but I don't want to publish. So I'll save changes and exit. I'm going to head back to the dashboard. I'm going to go to that blog post that I was looking at that didn't have an image. That one's called "Should You Buy a Consumer or Business PC?" I'll click on that. Now the blog post can have an image in it, like this one actually has an image inside the blog post, but you also want to attach a featured image, and you do that here in the bottom right hand corner. Now that's going to set an image that's kind of attached to the post. So I'll just choose the same image, the consumer PC or business PC image, click Set as Featured Image, and update. Now, if I head back to my new blog page that I created under Pages, and where is that new blog? And then launch the page builder. Now you can see that blog post now has its image showing. So that's what a featured image will do when you add it to your posts. Okay, let me go ahead and click this box to open up the post editor window again. Now, there are a bunch of other options. I'll go over a couple of them here. So for the posts, I can choose whether I want to show them as equal height or not. That'll just make them all match heights. But since they're all basically the same height anyways, give or take a couple pixels, I think I'll just leave it how it is without making them equal heights. Because notice if I do choose equal heights, then some of these boxes will grow in length to equal the maximum height of the box that's the tallest. But I don't like to see all this blank space, so I'm going to go ahead and say no to equal heights. This is how many columns do you want? Right now there's 3 columns. I think that's good enough. That's just like the services page has 3 columns. So I'll go ahead and have my blog post page have 3 columns as well. Post spacing, you'll notice there's quite a bit of spacing between the posts. I might bring that down to like 20 pixels, just so the posts can be closer together. There we go. Okay. Post padding, that's the space inside the post boxes. I think that's fine. I'll leave that as 20. Post alignment, you can choose if you want the content inside the post to be centered left, right, or whatever. It's centered left now, or it's aligned left, and I think that's fine. Other things you can do is you could show or hide the featured image. You can say where you want the image to show, above title or above the content. So if I choose above the content, then what will happen is the title is in the top, and then the image, and then the content. I kind of like having the image on the top, so I'll move that back. What image size do I want to use? You have some pre-selected size, selected sizes there. I'll just go ahead and choose medium. I think that's a good 300 by 300. That'll make it nice and crisp, but it won't be so big that it's going to slow down this page from loading. Then you could give the image some spacing around it. You can also choose what post info you want to show. Do you want to show the author, the date, how do you want to format the date? Do you want to show the comments number if you have any comments on the post? I think the default's pretty good here. Then you can show the content. If you want to show the content, you can choose how long you want the content to be, how many words. And then you can choose to show the more link or not. And if so, then you're going to get a little read more button there, or read more link there, and you can choose to have it say whatever you want it to say. Okay, and then you have some other options. You have style options, so you could change the coloring of the background and the text of these boxes. We'll just leave it as default for now. You can also show what content you want to show. So you can choose to show posts, pages, services, or testimonials. So hey, that might ring a bell. That might give you another idea. If you want to change the way your services page looks or your testimonials page looks, you can create a new testimonials page, use the post settings, and then have it set to show testimonials, and then you can play around with it and make it look however you want. So that's just a little side note there. And then a bunch of other things. You can change the order. You can filter by specific posts or categories or tags. So you can only show posts of a certain category on this page. So you can have a blog page for all the posts about security. You can have like a security blog. Then you can have, maybe this is a good idea if you like serve 2 different markets. If you serve business and residential, you can have a residential blog that you send your residential clients to, and you can categorize the blog posts as residential that you only want to show on the residential blog. And then likewise on your business blog, you can have posts that are categorized as business related that you can then only show those posts on the business blog. So lots of flexibility that you have here, lots of interesting things you can do. Finally, you can add pagination. So this is after you show the maximum blog posts. How many blog posts do you want to show? So right now we have 10, but I think that might be a little too many. So I think since we have 3 columns, maybe we'll just show the first 6. So I'll change that number to 6. Once you do that, then it'll cut off your blogs after 6, and then it'll show what's called pagination, which is it'll show pages the number of pages that you have to cover the rest of your blog posts, and it sets that all up automatically. And then you can choose what to show if there are no blog posts, and you can also choose to show or hide blog search, and those are, and the pagination style. So you can have it show numbers like that, or you can have it scroll. Let's see what that looks like. So the way that would work, and I don't think that'll work here in the demo screen, is if you, as you scroll down the page, it'll start to show more blog posts automatically. But I'll go back to numbers. And then you have the usual typical advanced choices with margins and visibility and the rest of that stuff. So I'll just save that. Okay, so now I have my new blog page set up. Oh, another thing I like to do here is to, sometimes it can be confusing, especially now that this page looks a lot like the services page. That might confuse visitors. So I like to go ahead and add a heading from the basic modules, and I'll just throw that at the very top here. And I will have the heading, uh-oh, what happened? Oh, there it is. Okay, I will have the heading say something like the Prodigy Text blog, and then I'll go to style. I'll make the text color the blue that fits the brand. I will align it center, and I will make it an H1 because it's the primary heading for this page. And that's it. Don't need to be too fancy with it. So now when people land on this page, they know they're on the Prodigy Text blog, and they can browse the blog posts in a very user-friendly manner, and it looks a lot better than the usual list of posts. So now I'll click Done, and I want to publish my changes. All right, so now this page exists as new blog, and now the next step is to replace it with the old blog page. And the way I do that is simply to go to my dashboard, go to menus, and then I'm going to add my new blog page there. I'm going to add that to the menu. I'm going to check it and add it. Then I'm going to move it up to where the old blog used to be. And I'm going to remove the old blog, and I'm going to rename the new blog to just blog. But it's still, you see, the original page is still new blog. That's always what it's going to be linking to. Click Save. Now when I visit the front end of the site, and I click on the blog tab to read the blog, it opens my nice, new, fancy blog list. So there you have it. A great way to show a very customized looking blog, make it look very cool, very user friendly, and have some fun with that. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Here's to your success.